guys, good evening and welcome to today's yoga. Today we will be focusing on our legs, so we have a series of strengthening and stretching poses to work through our legs. We will be using a couple of yoga blocks, so if you have those, just keep them nearby and we'll grab them as we go. We're going to start with a nice deep inhale. Bring our fingers up into a nice big circle. Let's drop those fingers into the heart and take a nice deep breath in. Breathing in, breathing out, and as we always do, we will spend the first few seconds just getting into the mental space, getting ready for the next 30 minutes, connecting with our breathing, leaving the rest of the world behind us. And in the next 30 minutes, all that matters is just you and your yoga practice. Let's find our breath. Follow that air that's flowing in and out of your body. Wonderful. And if you're holding your shoulders tight, or maybe you're clenching your jaw, if any of that is going on, let's just release that tension between your eyebrows. Just relax. With every exhale, we just want to make sure that we have a wave of positivity flowing through. Wonderful job. Breathing in, breathing out. Great job, you guys. We're going to start with our feet just slightly apart and coming down into a nice forward fold as we begin. I'm going to check on the music. I can't hear it anymore. Let's see what's going on. Oh, there we go. And we're back on. Bring your fingers, bring your feet out just slightly apart. And then from here, we're going to slowly bring the fingers up, interlacing them in together. Just release the shoulders down, roll them away from the ears. Wonderful job. Now you're going to tuck the tailbone in and slowly bring your fingers down. Let's stop in the middle for a few seconds. Just stay right here, allowing those legs to just open up. So let's stay here. You're going to reach those fingers forward as you stay here. Now, anytime we do this stretch, you know there's a lot of leg work coming. Slowly come on down from here to the floor. Now, if you need to, you could always come down onto a yoga block if it feels more comfortable. You could stay here. You could turn it over, come down. Now, once you have a good, comfortable position with your fingers, you're then going to just drop that head down. So now your eyes are looking to the back of the room. Now let's stay here. We're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now you're going to make sure that you keep that belly button tucked into that spine the entire time. Now let's take our focus to the back of those legs, because that's where a lot of the stretch is going on. Let's stay right here. And let's walk the fingers over to one leg. We're going to hold it right there at the ankle. And we're going to try and get our head as close to the knee as we can. Stay here for me. Wonderful. And as you stay here, one thing I would like to make sure is that you're not pressing down on that knee. So if you have your arm on that knee, just bring it to the upper thigh. And with the other hand, you're holding your ankle. And let's walk over to the center. We're going to stay here for a few seconds, allowing that head to drop. Just relax over here. And let's walk over to the other leg. You're going to stay here for a few. Let's get that stretch in those hamstrings. We're going to try and get that knee close to that head as much as we can. And slowly come back into the center. Let's take another quick stretch here. Pushing that belly button into the spine so we can protect that lower back as we're staying here. And from here, we're going to slowly bring the feet in one step at a time. So your feet are going to be next to each other. And once you're here, you're going to keep your fingers down on the floor. And if you need to bend your knees in order to stay here, that's okay. But if you can, you're going to try and straighten out those knees as much as you can. And stay. And if this is too much, if you're straightening out your knees and it feels like it's too much, always feel free to come onto a yoga block. Take your options as you need it. Your eyes are looking at your knees, not at your toes. And we have our belly button tucked in. We're going to slowly come up from here. Belly button is pressed into that spine the entire time, coming up, coming up. Head is the very last thing to come up. Wonderful. Let's breathe. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Great job. All right. How are we doing, you guys? Great. All right, now we're going to start with the flow on one side and then we will repeat on the other side. So as we get started, we're going to come into a wide stance position. So you're going to have both your feet facing the same direction. We're going to have a nice wide stance. So move your feet out. Now, once we are here, make sure your hips are facing forward, shoulders are facing forward. So we're not here, instead we are here. Both our heels are on the floor right now. So let's stay here, fingers to the heart, take a breath. Breathe. Wonderful job. Now from here, I'd like for you to bring your fingers up. And when you're ready, you're going to bend both your knees. High lunge, stay here for me. Nice bend in both the knees, and we're gonna hold the position here. Belly button is tucked in. There is no arch in the back. So if you are here, bring your belly in. So you're here. Keep that pelvis tucked in. Wonderful job. Stay with me. A few more seconds. Beautiful. And straighten out those legs for me and breathe. We're going to come into that high lunge again. So bring the fingers up, drop both the knees. Now your knees, the back knee is hovering off the floor. It's not really touching the floor, so think about it. You are going to feel a lot of that work going on here in this leg. With the front leg, I want you to think about your knee position. So if your leg is here and you're coming into that lunge like this, so your knee is coming forward, you want to step forward a little bit more and come into an almost right angle with that front leg. Slowly come on up, bring the fingers to the heart and breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's go one more time. What do you say, you guys? Stronger than yesterday. That is all there is. Beautiful. Stay with me. Great job. Almost there. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Stay here for me. Breathe. Super. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop the back leg down onto the floor. Nice and easy. Come on down. Toenails are facing the floor. Wonderful. Now from here, I have my right leg forward. I'm going to take my left palm, place it next to the foot. So your hand and your foot are both in one line. Now from here, you're going to slowly open up your chest, bring that finger up and hold. A nice chest opener going on here. You can feel your back leg working. Wonderful job. Drop that finger down. We're coming into a lizard. So from here, you're going to slowly come onto your forearms if you'd like. Now you can stay here. This is a perfectly fine position to be in. If you'd like a little bit more, you're going to come down onto your forearms. If you'd like a little extra, you're going to bring your back knee off the floor for me. Go with whatever feels good, wherever you want to be today. If you want to stay on that wrist, feel free to do that. If you want to keep your back knee down on the floor, go for it. Whatever works, you guys, whatever works. Squeeze that leg muscle. You should be feeling this in both the legs. Wonderful stretch. And we're going to drop that back knee in case it is up. You're going to bring the toenail down to the floor, slowly coming onto the wrist. If you're on your forearm, give me a couple of breaths here before we shift out of this place. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. And we're going to walk the finger back. All right. Great job. Now, as we come up here, we're going to be in an obtuse angle. So you have a larger angle in that front leg. So if you are here, you want to bring it forward a little bit more. So you have a more open leg going here. Now from there, we're going to shift our hips forward. Nice and easy, shifting that hip forward. Take your time with it. Slow, slow, slow. Keep your hands here at your upper thigh. So you're not shifting your body weight here. So I don't want you here. I want you here. So that's why you want to think about not coming forward with the shoulder. That's not what we're doing. We're shifting the hips. Bring it in. Wonderful. And stay. So as you're staying here, you're going to feel this in that back leg. A lot of work going on there. Nice stretch. Now, if you have been doing a lot of walking because the weather's opening up, if you're running, you may have tightness here. This is your hip flexor muscle or in your quad. So if this is a problem area in general, this is a great stretch to add to your routine. It really helps to open up those legs, but also strengthen at the same time. Wonderful. Stay here for me. We're breathing and bring it back. How are we doing so far, you guys? Awesome job. Now we're going to bend this leg and come into a seated position, king pigeon, slow transition. So slowly bring your leg in and then down. Now you're going to come onto the back knee. So slowly shift your weight over and come onto that back knee. Walk your fingers back so your shoulders and your wrists are in alignment. Let's come on here. Beautiful job. Let's look up. Breathe, creating a nice little flexion in that lower back. Spine is working. Wonderful job. Stay here with me. And when we're ready, we're going to drop to the floor nice and slow, bringing our forearms down. With any of your transitions, make sure you're taking the time with them. It's very easy to get dizzy, to just confuse your body if you're making very quick transitions. If you can stay here on the forearm if you'd like, or if you'd like a deeper stretch, you could also go further down. Whatever feels good. And as you're staying here, really try to lengthen the body, right? So fingers coming forward, your toes are stretching the opposite way. So think about just pulling your body in opposite directions. Hold. Wonderful job. Should be feeling this a lot in the front leg. Wonderful. Now let's slowly bring the fingers back. All right. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to stay here in this position. And if you are on your forearms, you can stay here. But what we're going to do is slowly bring that back leg in. All right. So if you're here, you're going to stay here. If you're on your floor, get your forehead down and then slowly try to bring that leg back. So bring that leg back, heel coming into that butt. Slow, slow, slow movement. Take your time with it. That leg is going to need some time to get into that position. Now, as you're bringing it in, If you're able to grab it, you're going to hold onto your ankle and then press your heel into your butt. And that's going to give you a nice big stretch. Feeling wonderful there. And hold. Now, if you're not able to hold onto that foot, you're going to bring it as far as you could. And it's totally fine if your heel is not touching your butt. But if you can do that, you're going to give that a try. Wonderful job. And when we're ready, we're going to release out of here, nice and slow, bringing it down to the floor. Great job. Fingers coming down onto the floor. Nice and easy. Let's slowly come on up. And from here, we're going to transition into a down dog. What? That's right. All right. Both hands onto the floor. We're going to bring this leg back. Coming into a tabletop position. And from here, lift yourself up and off the floor. We're going to walk the feet forward. Feet are about hip width apart. And from here, we're going to take a few seconds to settle into a good position. So ears are touching your hands. Think about that. You don't want your head to be here. You're not looking forward. You want to be right here. Head in between those hands. Your legs are making a nice straight line. If you absolutely need it, feel free to bend the knee. But if you can, I want you to really straighten out those legs for me. Now, while you're in this position, head is in the right place, knees are straight. I want you to now think about pushing that belly button into the spine. Use your hands to push away from the mat. Think about pushing your hips into the ceiling. Use that belly button, push it up, push it up, push it up. Keep it going. Wonderful job. Now let's stay here. We're going to bend one knee and press the opposite heel into the floor. So I want you to think about really pressing that entire foot down, heel, pushing into that floor, like you're trying to make a hole with that heel in your mat. Push, push, push. You're going to feel this in the calf, your ankle, arms are working, shoulders are working. Now let's switch sides, other side. Now bend one knee, press your opposite heel in. Wonderful job. Stay here with me. Let's press both heels down. You'll be surprised that you're now able to press your heels down, which you were not able to do maybe a minute ago, or at least you're able to make a lot of progress here. Push that belly button into that spine, push the butt up into the ceiling. Everything is working, you guys. Hold, hold. Now drop your knees down onto the floor. Bring your knees to the edge of the mat and come down into a child's pose. Let's take your break. Breathing in. Breathing out. Beautiful. All right. And when you're ready, we're going to walk the fingers backwards and we're going to come up. And we got to do the other side. That's right. We got two sides. Slowly coming up from here. Nice and gentle. If you need to drink some water, you can do that now. If you want to take a break, walk around the room, just get your body moving a little bit. We're going to repeat the flow on the other side. So let's start with that white stance. All right, how are we doing, you guys? Let's go, super. Bring your hips forward, no arch in that back. Pull that belly button in. So this is our natural arch. Take that few seconds to just settle in, push your belly button in so you have a nice strong core as we get started. Now let's start with the nice little bend in both the knees. Hold and breathe. Great job. Stay with me. Whew. And come on up and breathe. Press your heel down. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Beautiful. If you are looking to really get a little extra from this pose, you can always extend the base, so move your feet further apart and you're going to feel it a little bit more. Fingers up, bend those knees and hold. Now each time you're dropping, try to drop a little bit lower. Bring that knee a little bit lower to the floor. If you're not bending that back knee, I'm noticing that some of us do this. Some of us do this. I want you to think about bending both the knees. So come here, bend both the knees in order to come down. Big difference. Breathing. Beautiful job. Let's come on up and hold. Breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Great job. Catch that breath. Let's go back in and fingers up. Drop, 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 and hold. How are we doing, you guys? Let's make sure we're breathing. We don't want to hold our breath on this one. Whew. Feel that like burning. Those quads, they should be talking to you. Yes? Super. And when you're ready, you're going to drop that back knee on the floor. Nice and easy. Toenails facing the floor. How are we doing? All right, super. Now we're gonna bring our fingers right next to the foot. So I have my left foot forward, so right hand comes in, open up and hold. Looking up at those fingers in a straight line with that arm. Fingers lining with our shoulder. Feeling that work that's going on in the back leg, yes? That's where you're feeling it. Dig into that stretch. Wonderful job. Let's bring both the fingers down, coming into our lizard. So once again, if you feel comfortable here, stay right here. That's not a problem, all right? Stay here if you'd like it. If you want to get a little bit deeper, we're coming onto our forearm. That's an option. If you want a little bit more, you're going to come onto your toes, pick your back knee off the floor, and this is an option. Take the option that you feel like. So let me stay here for you. Toenails are facing the floor, knee is on the floor. A lot of the stretch that you're feeling should be in that front leg. And this one's also called the runner's lunge, and there is a reason why, because it really targets a very deep stretch in all the muscles that are involved during running. And if you've been running, this is a wonderful stretch to add to your routine. Beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out. Keep it going. Wonderful job, you guys. When you're ready, you're going to slowly come up onto your wrists. Take a breath here. We're going to gently walk the fingers backwards. Walk the fingers back. And they're going to come into an upright position. Great. How are we doing? Super. So let's find that wide angle with this front leg. So if you are here, bring it outward. Hips are going to stay facing forward. Bring your hands onto your upper thigh here. And from here, we're going to shift those hips forward, introducing a nice big stretch in that quad. Bring it in and hold. Now, as we're staying here, you really should not be feeling any kind of pressure in that lower back. If that's happening, just tuck your pelvis in a little bit, pull the belly button in, and that should take care of that lower back pressure. If that's happening, sometimes we may have like weakness in the lower back, and that exacerbates it. Even a little bit of flexion can really make a difference. So if that's happening, really push through that belly button. Engaging that core is really the solution to all lower back problems. Wonderful job, you guys. Slowly coming out of here. Whew. When you're ready, you're going to bring this leg in. We're moving into that king pigeon position. So slowly bring your leg forward. Now with the back leg, we're going to stay on top of the knee. Toenails are going to face the floor. Now extend your knee back. Move that knee back so you have a nice stretch going on here. A lot of the work we're doing is going to be in that front leg, yes? So let's go. Slowly coming down. Take your time with the transitions, really feel your stretch, settle in with the body. And when you're ready, you're going to slowly bring it down. If you would like a deeper stretch, you can come down. Stay here with me, breathing in, breathing out. And when you're ready, you're going to start picking up that back leg. Now, take your time with it. Slowly bring that leg in. You don't want to rush it. Now, it's going to take a few seconds for that muscle to get ready for that intense stretch. So I really, really recommend going slow with this transition. And if you can hold on to that foot or that ankle, you're going to start pushing your heel down into your butt. If you're not able to reach, you're just going to bring that leg as far as it would go. As long as you can feel your stretch, that's all that matters. And progress happens one day at a time, one pose at a time, one breath at a time. Hold, breathe, and when we're ready, we're going to slowly release. Nice and easy. Once again, coming into that stretch. And when we're ready, we're going to slowly walk the fingers backwards. Come onto your forearm first, and then slowly come on back. We're going to come onto a tabletop, so bring this knee back, transitioning into our downward dog from here. All right, how are we doing? Great job, you guys. Let's go. From here, you're going to slowly push yourself away from the mat, coming in. Right. Feet are about hip width apart. Make sure you got your positioning right. Hands are touching your ears. Fingers are spread out on that mat. Belly button is pushed into your spine. Feel your arms engaging. Feel the upper back engaging. Shoulders, everything is working. And now we're going to start bending that one leg. Press the opposite heel down and stay. Wonderful. Really try to push that heel down into that mat. You're going to feel that work here in that calf muscle and in the ankle here. So that's super important. Let's switch. And press, 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 press. Press that heel into the floor, you guys. Give yourself that stretch. Your future self will thank you for it. And let's press both the heels down. Pressing the belly into the spine. Press your hips away from the floor. Using those arms, using those shoulders. Everything is working. Feel that burn. Wonderful job. And let's drop to the knees. Nice and easy. Bring the knees to the edge of the mat, slowly settling in to that child's pose and hold onto the floor. Wonderful job. In your child's pose, take this time to just push your hips into the heel and at the same time, inch the fingers forward. Stay right there. Wonderful. And now let's bring our fingertips in together, pressing the heel of the palm in together. Slowly bringing the thumb to face the nape of that neck. Settling the forearm over that head. And as you press with your forearms, you're going to feel a nice sense of peace and calm coming over you as you feel that weight of that forearm on your head. Use that hand to just gently press on that head a little. Taking a nice deep breath. This is also a great time to reflect on today's practice and think about what really worked for you. Anything that you really enjoyed and would like to repeat in the morning when you wake up. Gently bring the fingers down onto the floor. Walk the fingers backwards, come up into a seated position. Let's bring our fingers in. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed your practice. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you and namaste.